Israeli embassy workers Yaron Lischinsky and Lynn Milgrim were shot dead in Washington, D.C. Benjamin Netanyahu has blamed Keir Starmer, Emmanuel Macron and Mark Carney for fueling anti-Semitism after 2 Israeli embassy workers were shot dead in Washington, D.C. Mr. Netanyahu said the leaders of the UK, France and Canada are on the wrong side of humanity and history after they threatened concrete action against Israel this week if it continues its egregious military operations in Gaza. He linked the criticism of Israel's renewed military offensive in the enclave to the shooting outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. last night. The suspect, named as 31-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago, Illinois, told a witness that he did this for Gaza before shouting "Free, Free Palestine" as he was being detained. The 2 victims, Yaron Lischinsky and Lynn Milgrim, worked at the Israeli embassy and had attended an event for young Jewish professionals at the museum before they were shot dead. Israel's Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar called the shooting a direct result of anti-Semitic enticement that is absolutely toxic and has been used across the world since the 7th of October 2023 attacks by Hamas. Mr. Sa'ar said there is a direct line between those speaking against Israel's actions in Gaza, which he calls blood libels, and the killings in Washington, D.C. This incitement is also done by leaders and officials of many countries and international organizations, especially from Europe, he said. Mr. Netanyahu echoed those statements, describing the shootings as the terrible price of anti-Semitism and rampant incitement against the state of Israel. Blood libels against the Jewish state cost blood, he said in his statement. Amichai Chikli, Israel's diaspora minister, also accused the leaders of the UK, France and Canada of emboldening the forces of terror. In a post on X, he said those who give backing to this hatred, whether through appeasement, double standards, or silence, must be held to account. Mr. Chikli added, French President Emmanuel Macron, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney have all, in different ways, emboldened the forces of terror through their failure to draw moral red lines. This cowardice has a price, and that price is paid in Jewish blood. Israeli diplomats have since distanced themselves from the comments by Mr. Chikli. In response to the shooting, Keir said he thoroughly condemns the incident and that anti-Semitism is an evil we must stamp out wherever it appears. A French foreign ministry spokesperson has since rejected the claim that European nations bear blame for the attack as completely outrageous and completely unjustified. France has condemned, France condemns and France will continue to condemn, always and unequivocally, any act of anti-Semitism, the spokesman told the AFP news agency. Mr. Macron also posted about the anti-Semitic attack, offering his condolences to the families and loved ones of the victims. Responding to comments made by Israeli politicians, Luke Pollard said he does not recognize the remarks made by Mr. Netanyahu and added that the UK government condemns the killings. The Armed Forces Minister told Sky News on Friday morning, I don't recognize what the Prime Minister, Netanyahu, has said about the awful event in the States. We want to see a proper investigation, as we would do things to secure justice for those people who have been murdered in the States. But we also should not remove ourselves from the need to secure a lasting peace in Gaza. Mr. Pollard repeated the government's call for all the remaining hostages to be released by Hamas, for aid to be delivered to the people who are really suffering within Gaza and for an immediate ceasefire. Matt Vickers told Sky News that the shooting is an absolutely devastating situation. The Shadow Home Office minister added that it shows world leaders have to be very sensible and cautious and careful in the language that they use, because it does have real consequences. Mr. Vickers said there is a very charged and very heated debate over the conflict, and politicians need to have a level head.